Hi. I did a top 20 for Hazbin Hotel, but I decided that it would also be good to do a character ranking for the second season of Hazbin Hotel because since then I have rewatched the second season of Hazbin Hotel, and I have such strong opinions about the second season that I feel like I didn't get to fully express because for the top 20 I was focusing on season one as well. Uh, I have 25 characters to rank. I try to include every character that had a somewhat prominent role. I feel like background characters are hard to rank, even though a lot of them have really cool designs. I feel like there's not enough character to them. And I didn't include Lilith in my ranking. Even though she is important to what's going on and she's been brought up a lot, I still feel like her character hasn't been explored enough yet. So I want to know more about her character before I include her in a ranking. But when she finally gets a prominent role, I could imagine her potentially getting a good spot in the ranking because she seems like a character that has a lot of potential. And when it comes to Hazbin Hotel, I like most of the characters. So most of the placements I think are about good stuff. There are a few characters that I don't have the best opinions about, but there are so many good characters. So if a character that seems pretty good has a low ranking, it could be because there are so many other characters that stand out so much. And it was not the easiest ranking to make because of how many amazing characters there are in the second season of Hazbin Hotel. Because I think the second season of Hazbin Hotel is one of the best second seasons of a show in general, up there with like the second season of Code Geass and potentially a few other second seasons of shows. So there's a lot of big competitions, and I feel like Husband Hotel's been able to beat out a lot of competition. In 25th place, my least favorite Husband Hotel character, Rosie, and I didn't like Rosie very much in the first season, and it was hard to fully understand why. But after having a lot of time thinking about it and rewatching Hazbin Hotel a lot, I feel like Rosie is a character that technically gets things moving in the plot, but in an uninteresting way. I feel like she doesn't have a very interesting personality or really that many interesting dynamics with a lot of characters. And I feel like the twist about her character is one of the few underwhelming aspects of season 2. I didn't care for it too much. And Rosie is a character that went from not liking very much to having even less appreciation for the character than before. I think when it came to season 1, I thought she was likely the second worst character behind Mimsy, but at this point, I think that Rosie could be the worst character in Hazbin Hotel. In 24th place is Tom. I kept forgetting Tom was even in the second season, so that's why he's so low. He's not an annoying character or anything, it's just he does so little that he doesn't really stand out. In 23rd place is Katie. I did rank her above Tom, even though she can be annoying at times, because at least she has some funny moments. At least she's somewhat memorable. She's not a character that I tend to look forward to seeing, but she does have some amusing moments to offer. In 22nd place is Rooster, who really doesn't get that much to do, and there's not a lot to his character. So far, I think he's an amusing character. I don't mind him. I like his design. I think he could be interesting later on, but so far, he's not a character that I have very strong feelings about or think about that much. If more's done with him in the third season, though, I could imagine liking him. I see potential to his character, so hopefully he can get more to do later on. 21, I think, is where my hot takes start coming out, because number 21 is Cherry, who I think a lot of people would have in their top 20. And why she's so low is because she doesn't really stand out too much to me. She's not a character that I tend to remember, even though I think she has a fun personality, a fun design, and has had some decent interactions with characters. I particularly think she has a nice friendship with Angel, but she doesn't do that much that really grabs my attention. I feel like in season two, um, a lot of what she does is thinking about Serpentius. When she's being a comforting friend to Angel, I think that stuff's good. But other than that, she doesn't stand out too much to me. Uh, but even though she's ranked really low, I do like the character overall, which I think shows how many great characters there are in Hazbin Hotel. Now onto the top 20. Number 20 is the Speaker of God, who didn't get that much to do in season 2. I don't know much about the character, but I do enjoy the character. Um, Number 19 for me is St. Peter. Not a character that's gotten much to do, but he is very amusing. I do like the little bit he got to do. I think he's a fun addition to the supporting cast. I would like to see him get a little bit more to do so he can stand out more. In 18th place is Emily, a very prominent character in season 2. So her being in 18th place could seem rather low. The thing about Emily is she's important to the plot, she gets things going, she has a very likable personality, a good design. I don't think she's the most interesting, though. I feel like she doesn't have enough flaws, and I feel like the flaws she does have aren't explored very much. I feel like so far she's too perfect of a character to really be that emotionally compelling. So even though she's incredibly kind, it's hard to find anything rude about her. I do think she needs a few more elements to be one of the more interesting characters in Hazbin Hotel. In 17th place is Nifty, a very amusing character in the second season. I really enjoyed what she brought in terms of the comedy. I think she's quite good in terms of fun comedic moments. I still don't think she's one of the more interesting, nuanced characters, but she's fun to have around. In 16th place, and this is for season 2, this character would be a lot higher in season 1, and I suspect will be a lot higher in future seasons. Number 16 is Angel, who I think is in a lot of people's top 5. I think that Angel is hilarious in the first season, in addition to being tragic. I feel like in season 2, for understandable reasons, Angel doesn't have too many funny moments, and a lot of what Angel does is get not treated very well by various characters, not even being treated that well by Charlie. And because of that, it's hard to really enjoy Angel as a character, where I definitely feel sorry for him, but he's not a character that I feel like gets a lot of great stuff to do in the season. So he did go down significantly for me in the second season, even though I certainly have a lot of um, emotional feelings about him. I really want things to go well for him. I want him to get redeemed. But in terms of fictional character in the show, in terms of entertainment, I feel like Angel was really lacking the second season. And even if it was for deeply understanding reasons, I still feel like that needs to be acknowledged. So that's my 25 through 16. You can let me know what you think of the ranking.